Good day, my name is Blue Suit and today I'll be going over my review of the casual point-and-click comedy adventure game known as Cyanide and Happiness Freakpocalypse. In Cyanide and Happiness Freakpocalypse, you play as the weird, unpopular orphan Coop McCarthy as you solve puzzles and try to make the world a better place while weathering the verbal abuse of your entire hometown. Nobody likes you, you can't do anything right, and no one ever lets an opportunity to bully you pass by. Ever the optimist, Coop navigates his school and surrounding hometown, performing chores and helping people solve issues through point-and-click puzzles and mostly humorous dialogue. There are really only two mechanics involved in all of Cyanide and Happiness Freakpocalypse: dialogue and puzzles. Of the two, the dialogue is significantly better, so let's talk about that first. In tone with the comic of which it is based, Cyanide and Happiness Freakpocalypse is super dark, lowbrow humor involving a lot of dick jokes and dead parents. Much of which is actually hilarious, from the contortionist hobo looking for a new home to Shark Dad, a recurring character from the comics. Each one is fully voice acted, and even though some characters only have a couple lines of dialogue, everyone it seems has at least something witty to say. Many of these extra small characters even have side quests for you to take on so that you can earn costumes for Coop to parade around town in. The really unfortunate part of the story is that it's only the first title in the series trilogy, and its runtime is only about 4 hours long, maybe 7 if you complete every side quest. By the time the credits roll on this entry, it really only felt like the game was just beginning, making Cyanide and Happiness Freakpocalypse feel more like a demo or a prologue than an actual standalone game. And the story that does exist here doesn't really make any sense. The objectives in the main questline don't really have anything to do with each other, and it feels just as disjointed as all the side missions. The real downer in Cyanide Happiness Freakpocalypse, however, is definitely the puzzles. The story isn't so bad because the writing usually is quite entertaining, but there's really not anything redeeming about clicking on everything in a room over and over again. In each location there are a ton of interactables. It could be pens on a desk, a pack of condoms in a convenience store, some guy's truck parked outside, literally anything. And with each object, you can choose to either talk to it, inspect it, or pick it up. And many of these items are quest items, so puzzle solving eventually just devolves into checking every single item in every location in order to progress the game. Not one time do they feel challenging or clever, but just trial and error over and over until I inevitably got it right and was allowed to progress. A good example is using the printer in your school principal's secretary's office. You first need to convince 2 other students to make out so the secretary is too hot and bothered to notice you printing off flyers for a girl you like. The writing was of course hilarious, but as a puzzle, I literally just kept clicking on stuff until it worked. There isn't ever any logic involved, and such is the case with nearly every single puzzle in the game. After an hour, I really just wished it was a visual novel, as the puzzles become such a burden, and the solid dialogue was obviously working really hard to hold up this other, much less interesting mechanic that is the puzzles. Right now you can pick up Cyanide and Happiness Freakpocalypse for $20, but it's really not worth that. There are some positives like the artwork, the voice acting, and the usually hilarious writing, but the fact that it's only a third of the story, stretched to 4 hours by segment after segment of basic point-and-click puzzles, I'm valuing Cyanide and Happiness Freakpocalypse at $8, and I'd really only recommend it to mega fans of Cyanide and Happiness comics who are going to get all the little references and be able to overlook its shortfalls. I hope you enjoyed this review of Cyanide and Happiness Freakpocalypse. Come see me on Twitch where you can watch our reviews in progress 5 nights a week. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Until next time, peace!